Continue. There you are.
Hey, sorry about that. I had no idea how to do it.
That's all right. It takes me a while too. So how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, pretty good. Just hanging out here in the rest area tonight.
Awesome.
So everybody, this is Peter. He's the puzzle whisperer. He's the mastermind behind Lazels puzzles. So you want to tell us a little about how Lazels came about?
Yeah. So I'm technically an electrical engineer, but my expertise was actually miniaturization of devices, like whether that be like watches, wearables, satellites, phones, whatever, consumer electronics typically. So people would kind of know that my specialty was just making things smaller. So one day I was doing a puzzle and I was like, wait a minute, how small can we go with puzzles? And I also had a background in like jewelry design and knife making from my younger years. Um, so it was like, it just made sense to me, and I like titanium and things like that. So yeah, and then took a couple years to figure out how to do it. Um, it's definitely not as easy as you'd think. Um, and then once I figured it out, I quit my job. Um, I was actually working in virtual reality and augmented reality hardware design at Facebook at the time, but they all thought it was crazy to leave for making puzzles. But
Yeah. So how do you actually make them?
yeah, so essentially lasers, but that's a very complicated answer because you can make lasers a million different ways. So I had a laser custom spec'd out, basically specifically to cut puzzles out of metal. My laser's probably useless for anything else because I designed it so perfectly for doing this exact thing. But yeah, and then the engravings are laser as well. But then the actually like 90% of the work is like hand finishing and polishing. Um, it's surprising how much that is, but yeah, it's pretty fun.
So each one's done individually.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I'm basically pushing the limits of what can be made, and I like puzzles, so it makes sense to push the limits with puzzles.
yeah, 'cause I've noticed on the puzzle that I got, when the piece fits, they kind of slide right in real easy, so you know when you got the right piece there. And if you get the wrong
Yeah,
piece in, it's tough to get it apart
right.
because of how
Yeah,
stable it is. I had a couple of that happen. And
yeah,
so how long does it
yeah.
take to?
That How long does it take to make one? It kind of depends. I mean, each puzzle has been different, and that's kind of why they're all priced differently too. That's also why I priced them like the day of the sale because I want to make like a dozen of them at least before I have the drop. And yeah, I mean to make the first one, it's like so much trial and error. It's like months, but then like I can make a couple a day. I have someone hired now who's helping me full time, which is really great.
Oh,
So it makes it so I can actually get to spend more time with new designs rather than just making a million. Well, I don't make a million of these, but that's the point. I don't like. I want to spend half of my time designing puzzles and half of my time making puzzles. So I'm gonna balance it that way.
and, how many puzzles have you made so far?
I don't know off the top of my head. I think I've how many? I think I've done like 8 or 9 designs. I should have that off the top of my head. Um, yeah, so like I guess that'd be like a thousand or two puzzles by now. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up.
So I know I've looked on your site and I can't keep. I didn't get it. I didn't actually count because I found you about a year ago that somebody who was following me had one of your puzzles.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Bizzle's puzzles. She, I
Yeah.
believe it was her that was the first one I saw.
Yeah, she's awesome. We love her.
Yeah. And I want to let everybody know how they can get a hold of a puzzle in the future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I try to limit how many I make, kind of for that reason of wanting to be able to spend time designing new designs. So I made it so that it's for sale for 1 hour. So if you're if you respond to the text that I send out, you have exactly 1 hour to buy it. And then after that hour, like I just stop taking orders, so that I can focus on making them and then work on the next design. So the next one actually is going to be, I think we're dropping it on Tuesday. If it all goes according to plan. There's a lot of prep. Um, but yeah, and I don't know, you guys probably saw it already on the interwebs, but there's the new one.
Yeah, I'm sure there. You might want to. Can you pick it up and show everybody?
Oh yeah, yeah. Um,
Because I know there's some that probably
so
haven't seen
yeah,
it yet.
yeah. So this is it's 200. It's kind of hard at the light with the phone camera, but 223 pieces, and then you can't. Here, wait. Let me try a different light. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see on the phone camera, but basically it's like two colors in one. Um, sorry, it is really hard to do on there, but yeah. So the grid cut, I'll turn it over. It's a little easier to see probably on the phone camera. Oh, then it's a little piece of cut. Um, oops. So it's a contoured cut, so it actually follows the design, um, which made it pretty fun. But yeah, I ended up getting these like variations in piece sizes, which is also kind of fun. So like here's a bigger one, and then here's a smaller one up here. Oh, and then I got a slightly smaller canister now,
Uh,
which is I like the size better actually.
yeah, you use that for your small puzzles.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, I mean, pretty much all of them fit except for the 473 that I did. It was the Azure. That one would need a taller canister, but
Yeah, you do the printing on the canisters yourself too, don't you?
yeah, yeah. I get them CNC'd for me, but I do the engraving on them.
Now, how do you come up with the designs for your puzzles there?
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different for each one. A lot of them are inspired by like designs that are a few thousand years old. A lot of stuff that's in museums. I kind of before I started before I quit my job, I'm like I did a lot of research in art history, and the trick is to figure out designs that can catch the light in unique ways. Uh, so like rather than just printing a graphic on there, um, what I try to do is make everything catch the light, kind of like a watch dial would, or like a piece of jewelry, or like even a knife. It's more interesting to me than just putting a graphic on there.
Yeah, I liked a lot of those designs there, the way they you moved them around and the light caught them, and or they changed colors, and
Yeah,
so
yeah, the color shift or the holographic effect on stainless steel is pretty cool. Um, so I'm kind of doing something a little similar on this one. It's actually a grating, so I can't really show it on camera because it's too hard. But the if you look at it where the puzzle's flat, it looks maroon. but then if you shift it like this, it looks like blue or purple. And
Oh,
it's actually because I have a grating that is like textured into the surface, kind of like a 3D like picture has like two angles.
yeah.
That's how I'm doing it for the anodizing. Um, it's kind of it's just fun. I like innovating on material science things, or just playing with things that haven't been played before is fun. So I try to have like every puzzle have some element of R&D, um, just for the sake of it, because like I think that part is fun.
Someone's asking, do you have a goal for the number of designs for a year?
It'd be cool if I could do one design per month. That's probably not gonna ever happen. Uh, it'll probably be two or one every other month in like a best case scenario. They're a lot of work to make. And also I want to make them better. I want to spend at least a month designing each one. Um, and I can't just be working 24/7. I've got three little kids, so I gotta gotta balance that. But yeah, probably every other month is my ideal goal. Right now, it's probably ending up as 1 out of 3 months until I'm like a little bit more, uh, you know, ramped up.
Yeah, because
I'm investing in a lot of more equipment.
some of those designs are something. I tell you.
Thanks.
And uh, what is going number here? Boy, my questions have been answered. Most of them just by asking one, you've answered two or three in the process.
Yeah, sorry, I talk a lot. Yeah.
That's all right. Because you've only been doing this for a little over a year. Is that what it was?
Um, yeah, well, that's when we like unveiled the idea. I was working on it for a couple of years before that.
Uh,
Um, but it was honestly like with you know, the pandemic and stuff, it just felt like the right time to go full time with this. And I actually had another business before in the past. I sold bicycle lights. It was called Orphos. I did a Kickstarter and stuff for that company. But I never actually quit my day job, so I was always like it was always like the second side thing. I never gave it my full attention. So I was like, there's no way I want that to happen with this. So I quit straight from the beginning, even before I made any money. When I was already, I spent my whole life savings. Well, and my wife and I spent our life savings to do this. Um,
well,
but we figured it would be fun and worth trying.
well, it worked. And it's, do you take suggestions for designs?
Yeah, actually, so like we won't ever remake a design, just out of principle, since we tell people we won't, and then also because I want to make new designs. But if someone like really liked an old design, like for example, a lot of people have said they like the Noble Lace that I did out of brass. I'm not going to make another one of those, but I will potentially design one that is somewhat similar. Because people like give me feedback about it. So I definitely like the feedback from people of what they like. Um, but at the same time, like I have like 300 ideas like in my sketchbook, and I don't know which ones I'm even gonna make of those ideas. So I have to just narrow it down each time.
Or if somebody sends you a design, you,
Yeah, I haven't done a collaboration yet like that, but someday I might do that. I've actually got a friend that I grew up with. He's an artist, and he actually might be making me one, a custom design for me that I can then and then I have to convert it to a laserable design, which is a lot of yeah,
huh?
it's complex, especially when you anodize. You can only do one color per anodizing process. So every color I add, I have to do a different process. Um, so it's pretty complex to do certain types of designs.
Yeah, I was watching the one video where you had the 64 piece on a penny.
Oh yeah, that's actually real, and that's it's funny because some people thought that was fake.
Are
I
you,
don't know if I have it over.
are you gonna go smaller?
Um, Not frequently. Um, Actually, yeah, if you want to see it, okay, uh, this is it right here. It's like it's the whole puzzle. I don't even know if we could focus.
It just
Um,
looks like a square penny.
yeah, I know if I take it apart, I'll never find the piece.
Yeah.
Um, no, that's smaller than I'll ever do, but I have made some. Hold on, let me actually. Here's one. So I've made one like this small. I don't know. There's no way it's like impossible. I'm sorry. But
Someone,
like I can go smaller, but it has to be doable. So
yeah,
I always do it like a doable test.
someone wants you to explain the anodizing. You, did you
Oh
do?
yeah. So that's also one of the reasons it's so hard to take a picture of because so anodizing titanium is it's actually a there you're not adding anything to it. You're just letting the oxide layer, basically all most metals have like an oxide that forms on the surface. It's usually clear, but with titanium you can have that oxide layer get thicker, and then it functions as like a prism. Um, so that prism is then a different color of light depending on how thick it is. So like this latest one I did is 83 volts at like a ton of amps. It's a lot of power going into it. I could like electrocute myself. It's pretty crazy. But it's a pretty thick oxide. The range is like 0 volts or sorry like 10 volts to like 120. Um, so yeah, you're basically just letting it grow a natural thickness to a certain point, and then you stop.
Let's see. Yep, all mine are in. All mine are done. Is anybody
Yeah.
else? Somebody else is asking how many puzzle designs you made.
Yeah, I think it's close to 10 by now because I did a couple series that were a couple like these or um, something like that, and a whole bunch of designs that I haven't released yet, but I can't show this yet. I'm also I'll tell you a secret for since you're listening. I'm working on a silver puzzle as well as a gold puzzle, like where it's like pure gold.
Huh.
Um, so that's gonna be I think I actually might be the gold one because gold is so obviously so expensive. Like I can't waste any material, and I gotta like I might actually cut them by hand. On this fancy guy I have here, it's a it's an electric jeweler's saw.
Hmm.
It's actually like the only model in the world like it. Um, so I can cut it by hand. Um, but that's coming up. That's not right away.
Yeah, that's going to be with gold.
I know. I'm a little nervous.
Silver might be more doable to start with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll start with silver, but eventually gold. I just, I don't know. There's something about it. I feel like it should be done. I mean, at least a couple times. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the sale of the puzzles that are gold probably wouldn't be as high as your titanium
Yeah,
one.
I'll probably just like sell one to start with or something. Like, I don't know.
One or
It'll be
two and
fun.
eBay it
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. We'll do a charity auction or something. Yeah. But,
uh,
but, but yeah. I
yeah,
mean, any other questions or how long did you want to go?
so I wanted you to announce your drop again for people who missed it. How to
Yeah.
do
So I think
that.
it'll be yeah. So you got to make sure you're on the list before the drop, because I use a text launching system. Um, so if you got to sign up at least I think like an hour before the drop, and the drop is going to be on Tuesday, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's going to be on Tuesday
So they,
evening, and that's in Pacific time. Um, so it depends on the time zone you're in.
so they got to go to your website to get on the list.
Yeah, yeah. There's a sign up form under like text alerts on my site.
They'll be at lazels.com.
Yep, and you only have to sign up once to stay on the alert system, and you can opt out at any time, but you'll always get the alert for the next one. And we definitely don't send out any spam. I hate spam, so we only send out the drops.
Yeah, a lot of your puzzles I get, I'm driving when the alert comes up.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't pay attention to what comes up while I'm driving, really. I
Oh
stop,
no, yeah,
and I stop and I see, oh, it dropped. Oh, that was 4 or 5 hours ago.
yeah. It's actually I well, for the sake of not annoying people, we only send it out. We only send out the one, but we do give that like 24-hour notice on Instagram for people who follow our Instagram. Um, yeah, it's actually really expensive to send international text. I didn't realize it. It's like almost like it's like 50 cents per text sometimes. It depends on the country. So like yeah, I try not to send out too many.
Yeah. Yeah, and I happened to catch your one, the last one, the one I got. I had just stopped and your text alert came over, and I'm like, there we go.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because I never know when I'm going to be driving or stopped half the time.
Right. Yeah, there's a little bit of stress, and I apologize for, especially there's some time zones that it's not very compatible with, but we're trying to do the best we can.
Yeah.
I can't make a ton of each one, and I think I would go crazy if I tried to, because I just want to do another one. By the time, I do
And
a hundred or so, I'm like, okay,
that's part of the novelty of it is getting one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's fun. People are collecting them.
Yeah. But if anybody else has any questions, type them out or I'll ask them here. 'Cause what is your Instagram?
So on Instagram, it's Lazels Puzzles. I'm called the Puzzle Whisperer here because it's kind of like more informal, and it's just me messing around with my cameras and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's probably about it. I don't see.
Cool, yeah. I mean, it'd be fun to do this again someday if you want to, but yeah, this was fun.
We sure will get another. Maybe you can reveal it here. Here, one of your
Yeah,
new,
that can be fun. Yeah, maybe a sneak peek. Yeah, that could be fun.
like a preview or something. So, well, it's been good meeting you,
Awesome. Yeah, great to meet you too in person or like in virtual.
and we'll do this again. So,
Yep, awesome.
yeah,
Cool. Well, have a good one. Thanks,
you
everyone.
too. Okay, see you later.
Bye.
All right, guys, there we have it. Uh, Puzzle Whisperer, Lazel's Puzzle. I'm going to be heading out of here, go to sleep so I can get home at a decent time tomorrow. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night from the puzzle room. So, see you guys later. Thanks.